Next on Worcester News Tonight, a close call at a local doctor's office when a car crashes through the front door in broad daylight. Plus, long lines outside of Worcester's Sam's Club. Customers are reacting after learning the store will close for good. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Worcester police are on Highland Street in the city tonight on scene of what appears to be a serious accident. The police department accident reconstruction team is working at this hour. There was a report of a pedestrian accident, but police are not confirming any information at this time. According to Worcester Emergency Management, Highland Street will be closed from Dean to Lancaster for a couple of hours. A Worcester man has died after he was hit by a van on Route 20 at Highland Avenue in Shrewsbury. According to police, 40-year-old Corey Bonin was hit around 7:40 p.m. Thursday by a van in the eastbound lane. Bonin was transported to UMass Memorial Medical Center, where he died later from his injuries. Police have not identified the driver of the van, but say that the person did stay on scene and cooperated with police. The Shrewsbury reconstruction team investigated the scene. No charges have been filed as the accident remains under investigation. One person was hospitalized with severe burns and 50 people have been displaced after a 2-alarm fire in Rutland at an apartment complex. Firefighters from Rutland and 6 surrounding towns are on scene earlier this evening. Rutland's fire chief says flames broke out on the 2nd floor of the building on Maple Ave and spread to the 3rd floor. One occupant was rushed to the hospital and firefighters needed to make multiple rescues to get people out of the building.
First companies on arrival made an aggressive attack. Our ladder company made several rescues over the balconies on ladder. One person was transported with serious burns to UMass Medical.
A thick black smoke was pouring out of the building that way, and I thought that is not good, and I called right away and said, thick black smoke coming out, this is a really bad fire.
One neighbor says her son saw a victim trying to get away from the fire.
Well, we heard the alarm go off and my son ran towards the fire. I ran the other way and he saw the gentleman jump off the deck on fire and he went out the back door. He tried to pull him out from under the deck and I guess he burned the back of his head and his hands pretty bad. His jacket had melted to him.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. Scary moments at a central Massachusetts doctor's office when an SUV slammed into the entrance, narrowly missing the patients inside. The entire incident was captured on surveillance video. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details.
Caught on surveillance video, an SUV barrels into the front door of a Northborough eye doctor's office.
We heard a loud bang and the doors blew in.
Owner Christopher Goswick says he and a patient were just feet away from where the vehicle ended up and managed to avoid flying debris.
It happened so quickly that the only thought was, holy cow, and there wasn't a lot of thought of, how do I get out of the way?
Goswick says his office was busy when the incident happened. These pictures show how the SUV tore the front door off its hinges. Optician John McAvoy was working in the back when he felt the building shake.
I ran outside. I helped him get out of the car to make sure he was okay. A little shaken up because he just hit the building, but he was okay.
The owner says if it wasn't for the concrete step behind me and some railing, the car would have went completely through the building.
It would have gone clear across this whole room, and that would have been really bad because obviously there's a big piece of granite here that would have hit us.
Despite all of the chaos, no one was hurt, and Goswick and McAvoy are thankful because things could have been a lot worse.
It would have changed everything had someone been coming or going.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The daughter of a central Massachusetts judge back in court today. Her arrest sparked a scandal ending with head of the state police stepping down. Alli Bibaud in court on heroin possession charges. She admitted to sufficient facts for a guilty finding and was sentenced to 6 months probation. The charges stemmed from a traffic stop unrelated to the November crash, which sparked this scandal. That crash in Worcester led to her arrest on drunk driving charges. State police leadership allegedly asked troopers to edit their report and delete embarrassing statements she made. The troopers sued and the head of the state police stepped down. Bibaud's lawyer says she's been sober for 3 months.
And she's being stepped down to a sober house very shortly, so she's doing quite well.
For the November crash, Bibaud was sentenced to 14 months probation on a drunk driving charge. Drug driving charges remain pending. Now to a Worcester News Tonight follow-up. A Worcester man has been arrested for tagging buildings in the city with graffiti. According to police, in November, officers found numerous businesses on Shrewsbury Street were vandalized with spray paint. Officers also say they found the same type of tagging on the Worcester Common Oval and another business on Green Street. Police say they developed probable cause to arrest 25-year-old Kyle Nelson. He's charged with 14 counts of defacement of real or personal property. Today marks the 8th anniversary since Central Massachusetts native Brittney Gengel died in 2010's Haitian earthquake. Gengel was a sophomore at Lynn University in Florida and was visiting the country as part of a humanitarian mission. Friday, Brittney was being remembered for her love of service. Our Cam Jandro has the story.
8 years later, Cheryl Gengel says coping with the loss of her daughter isn't any easier. On January 12, 2010, Brittney Gengel was killed in a massive earthquake in Haiti.
On Facebook and emails and texts today, people just reaching out and being so kind and so sincere. And I think that's what Brittney was about too, was reaching out and being kind to people. But as her mom, don't get me wrong, it doesn't get easier. It really doesn't get any easier.
The Rutland native was 19 at the time and was in Haiti as part of a humanitarian visit. Gengel remembers her daughter for her positive attitude and passion for helping others.
She fell in love with Haiti. I mean, I spoke with her on that Monday and Tuesday before the earthquake, and I heard it in her voice. I didn't know what happened, but I knew something very passionate happened to Brittney while she was down there.
More than 300,000 people were killed in the earthquake, and the country is still recovering. Brittney's dream was to build an orphanage in Haiti, and on New Year's Eve 2012, nearly 3 years after her death, Be Like Britt completed the construction of Britt's home in Grand Gove. Saturday, the organization will send a group of students from Holy Cross to Haiti as part of a mission. Brittney's story inspired them to follow her footsteps.
It really seemed her desire to really stand in solidarity with the people of Haiti pervades the entire organization. It's something that you really feel from the moment you walk in here to the moment you walk into the orphanage. So it's going to be a really great experience. And I'm looking forward to do it again.
The Gengels have since expanded operations for Be Like Britt in Worcester. The nonprofit aiming to help the children of Haiti is the family's mission. Cheryl Gengel says helping realize her daughter's dream is both difficult and rewarding.
I don't like why Be Like Britt started, but I love what I do every day because I really get to see the good in people every day. Whether it's here in Central Mass, around the country where we go and speak, or down in Haiti, people are really good and people want to help.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Shoppers are trying to get a deal before Worcester's Sam's Club closes for good later this month. A line wrapped around the store Friday. Walmart says it will close 63 Sam's Clubs across the country, including the one on 1 Tobias Way. One customer who shops here often says he is disappointed.
At least I have an opportunity, to choose where I want to shop. For price-wise, well, it is what it is because we don't know why they're closing. So, what can we say?
The store will officially close January 26th. Walmart says hourly employees would continue receiving compensation for 60 days while they look for other opportunities in nearby clubs or Walmart stores. Acting Massachusetts Senate President Harriette Chandler says she has legislative priorities for the new year. Chandler intends on stepping down following the investigation of former Senate President Stanley Rosenberg, but says she's not sure how long she will have to act as president. At a meeting in Worcester Friday, the veteran senator said it's important the Senate continues to function as normal.
It's another big issue for us. We have a big housing bill, and clearly I'm also very concerned about the whole issue of civic education and civic responsibility, which we have a big bipartisan bill coming out.
The Senate will hold their first formal session of 2018 on Thursday. It appears an early flu season is here in central Massachusetts. Tonight, we're getting the latest on the number of cases and how hospitals are dealing with an added challenge. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Most of the country is experiencing a spike in flu cases this season, and Worcester is no exception.
Well, it's a little bit scary.
The Worcester Division of Public Health says there have been 72 confirmed flu cases since August. At this time last year, there were only 14.
I know a lot of people personally who have the flu. More so this year than I've seen in the previous years.
Medical experts say the early cases aren't coming at the best time. There's already a shortage of IV solution manufactured in storm-stricken Puerto Rico.
IV solutions are critical for the care of our patients because they contain electrolytes that are important for the body, as well as they assist us with delivering medications.
UMass Memorial Medical Center is equipped with a drug shortage task force.
We look at shortages proactively and develop strategies which may involve multiple disciplines, and each having a part in the solution.
The manager of pharmacy operations says the hospital has begun using alternative treatments. He says they're using different sized IV bags, IV pushes, and oral medications.
We've really been able to maintain our supply of these IV solutions, and by using some of these alternative methods of delivering medications, that we've been able to preserve that supply.
While the flu, with its high fever, cough, and sore throat, is already here, many are doing what they can to prevent getting sick.
Drink a lot of orange juice and water.
Try to stay away from anybody that's sick at all. I just find if a sick person comes in the house, then everybody in the house gets it.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.